What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about training basics, topic number 4, rep ranges. So what is a rep range? Rep range is the amount of repetitions that you are targeting for any given set of an exercise. Let me start off by saying you will gain strength and muscle in any one of these rep ranges. Maybe not this one, but we'll talk about that. But any of these rep ranges, here, and here, are totally fine to gain both muscle and strength. Some of them are a little bit better at some things than others, and that's what we're going to talk about today. First up is 1 to 5 reps. 1 to 5 reps is generally seen as more strength focused, so if you have aspirations of powerlifting, getting crazy strong, you're going to be in the 1 to 5 rep range for a lot of your lifts. Not all of them, but the core lifts especially, bench press, squat, deadlift, maybe even overhead press, things like that. Next up is 6 to 15 reps. This is more of a hypertrophy focus. Hypertrophy meaning increase in muscle size. So if you don't really care about getting super strong, but you do want to get super, big and jacked, this is probably where you're going to want to do the majority of your training. Finally, 15 to 30. 15 to 30 is an endurance focus. So Lance Armstrong, if you're listening, what's up? I'm sure you know this already, but do the most of your training right here. Coming down to the 30 plus, once you hit 30 plus reps, first off, it's going to be super draining mentally. It's not fun to train for that many reps in a set. You're just going to be there for a very long time. Second, we get our best muscle and strength gains when we're training at 60% or more of our 1 rep max. So if your 1 rep max is 100 pounds for a squat, going below 60 pounds isn't as beneficial as staying above 60 pounds and getting into one of these rep ranges. Next up, as a beginner, what is the best rep range for you? 5 to 10 reps is a really good place to be if you're a beginner. It's enough to learn form, it's enough to gain both strength and muscle, but it's not too much for form breakdown. Now that's not to say that you should stay in 5 to 10 reps for every single exercise you do. Of course not. It's a good idea to train each muscle group in a variety of rep ranges, not this one, so that you can get the benefits of each. Rep range doesn't matter nearly as much as training close to failure does. All of this means nothing if you don't have this. If you're able to do a 30-pound bicep curl for 20 reps, and instead you decide to do 5 pounds for 10 reps, that's not going to do anything. Your body needs a good stimulus to adapt to. And if you aren't training close to failure, you're not giving it enough stimulus to force adaptation. RIR stands for reps in reserve. It means the amount of reps you are able to complete with a full range of motion before any technical breakdown. Let's say we're doing a bicep curl. As soon as you start swinging to get it up to a full range of motion, that doesn't count. That's your failure point. A really, really good place to be, doesn't matter if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, is 2 to 5 reps away from failure, or 2 to 5 RIR. You might think that going to failure will increase your gains by this much and you're super strong and you're this alpha masculine man, but that doesn't mean anything. If you are able to gain, by staying 2 reps away from failure, you're able to gain this much muscle. By going to failure, maybe you'll gain this much. But here's what happens. The fatigue of staying 2 reps away from failure, this much, the fatigue from going to failure, this much. It amplifies so much. These weren't drawn to scale. But you understand my point. Going to failure is something you should use very sparingly, if at all, especially as a beginner. I can't stress it enough. Last thing, if you don't know where your failure point is for certain lifts or at certain weights, that's totally okay and that's normal. You'll start to get a better idea of it over time. Knowing where your failure point is important because you can make better gains and reduce injuries in the long run when you know your own limits. That's all for today. Remember, as always, please leave your questions in the comments below. Next time, we're going to be talking about exercise selection, what exercises you should do and why. Right now is when I do that annoying thing that all YouTubers do that say, if you enjoyed the content, please like, subscribe, share it, anything. Seriously, every single bit helps. This is my full-time job as being a personal trainer, and I really love it, and I'm so happy to be able to share the knowledge that I've gained with you guys, and especially the beginner content. I know how lost I was when I started out, so I love sharing that with you. And yeah, again, if you do like it, please do drop a like, drop a comment, shoot me a message personally, subscribe. Anything and everything helps. And yeah, that's it. Have a great day.